This is Railgrade, a new management sim that combines resource management with railway building. The game takes place on an off-world industrial colony owned by the Nakatani Chemicals Corporation for the purpose of harvesting resources. As an administrator, it's up to you to oversee industrial production on the planet. In the world of Railgrade, trains are used as the main mode of transport to move resources, and so the game is all about building railway routes in order to deliver raw materials and other valuable goods. You'll need to make sure that production stays on track by delivering the right resources to the right industry, and that any produced outputs are then transported onwards or exported for profit. With a simple construction system, it's easy to jump into a game and quickly get your goods on the move. But you'll need to be strategic with your railway construction. Each mission requires you to build a railway network from scratch with only particular resources available. So it's up to you to decide how to connect the dots and create the most efficient delivery network possible. Trains can be customized with a number of engine types, each with their own unique benefits and costs. There are limitless options at your disposal, and as you progress through a mission, you'll quickly find the map becomes packed with dozens of busy trains traveling across an impressive network of multi-level railway routes. This has just been a glimpse of what's possible in Railgrade, but you can build your own network of intricate railways.
Hello everyone. My name is Daniel Dressler, and I am the lead game designer on Railgrade, a new management sim where you use the power of trains to transport resources and create automated industry. As a player, you are the sole administrator of an off-world colony, and it's up to you to manage its industry and keep the economy on track. In this region, our task is to grow the population of the local city and start exporting concrete through a nearby Zeppelin dock. It's a two-stage mission, and to complete the first step, we need to deliver either water or salt to the city. Start here with the city on top of a mesa in the desert region, with a refinery and some silica mines nearby. This refinery only requires 2 silica to produce 1 salt, so it will be quite simple to create a production chain between the two and start working towards the mission objective. For now, we need to build some track and use our trains to transport this silica down to the salt refinery and get production going. There are a bunch of different ways to do this, but it's up to you to find a playstyle you prefer. For now, we're going to use a loop, but we could also build a single line with a train to travel back and forth. Now that we've built our track, we can start placing trains. However, we need to make sure we buy the right train for our situation. Notice how the silica mine is at the top of the hill and the refinery is at the bottom. That means that once a train is loaded with silica, gravity will do its part and help pull the train downhill. The cargo will be offloaded at the refinery before the train makes its way up. So here we only need a cheap, low horsepower engine, like the boiler train. Next, we must decide how many freight cars to add. We could add more silica, but this mine might not produce it quick enough to fill them all. So, for now we're going to buy 1 engine and 4 silica cars. As you can see, now the train has arrived and has started to unload silica at the refinery. But we have a problem. No workers are assigned to this industry and nothing is being produced. What we need to do is assign workers from our city by selecting the industry itself. Your workers live in the city, and by increasing the population, more workers will be available to assign jobs. Now that we're producing, we need to connect the refinery to the city and start delivering salt. If you look, you'll see we already have a track on the ground taking up valuable real estate. So what we're going to do is build a raised railway route. This is a big part of Railgrade. The game is all about verticality, so we can build our new track right over the existing route. That way, our trains won't be getting in each other's way. The train can now load up on salt from the refinery and carry it straight to the city, helping to grow our population. Since there's quite a steep incline, we can use the industrial train to help increase delivery speed. The industrial train travels up hills like a knife through butter, but it's a lot more expensive than the boiler train we used earlier. With the second delivery route, the city is now getting the resources it requires to grow. However, to keep it growing, we need to deliver more salt, and so far we've only created 1 basic supply chain. We're not delivering quick enough to keep the population growing steadily. What we need to do is expand our network and find ways to increase our rate of production. There are many ways to do this in Railgrade, so you always need to think carefully about the best way to optimize your supply chain. You could build new routes, upgrade your factories, or maybe add more workers to understaffed industry. Or, by extending your stations, you can increase the loading and unloading speed of your trains. In this case, we're going to add more silica mines into our network. With more inputs, our salt refinery will produce more. And there is an unused silica mine nearby that we can connect to our existing track by creating a branch. Branching in Railgrade is simple. When you first place a train, the system will immediately show you the intended route and automatically figure out a way to return to the starting position. So, often you don't need to adjust anything, and if you do, it's just a few simple clicks on the track to change directions. Now at this point, we could just sit back and let our trains do the work. We have a couple of supply chains running, the city is growing, the first mission objective is nearing completion. However, each mission in Railgrade has a rank based on how fast you complete it. The faster you achieve your objectives, the higher your rank will be, and the more vouchers you will be rewarded with. Vouchers are a useful currency, as they allow you to unlock additional industries, trains, and upgrades. It's perfectly fine to do the minimum in Railgrade. In fact, this can be a fun and relaxing way to play. However, in this gameplay, we want to hit at least A rank. What we're going to do is invest our cash into additional routes and upgrade a few industries. We'll build some pumps and start delivering water to the city too, as that's another resource which will help it grow. After a couple optimizations and new investments into routes and industry, the population has grown enough and the city has leveled up. Everyone's happy and it's a grand success. We've completed our first objective and the next objective is unlocked. We must deliver 32 concrete to the Zeppelin dock. Nearby is an idle concrete yard which requires both silica and water. We are producing these resources far away, so we need to find an efficient way to get them across the map. What we're going to do is build a giant loop that lets us deliver both of these resources at once. This is capital efficiency, one loop to carry multiple types of cargo. However, this route is expensive. It covers a long distance and runs using a premium industrial train that's hauling 4 silica and 4 water. Because of that, we're going to need more money. So, we'll head to the bank and ask for a loan. We need to pay interest on this loan, which will reduce our overall income. But since we just need a little quick injection of cash, it should be worth the cost. We now have our premium train delivering the required freight to the concrete yard, but it needs more silica to run at full capacity. What we're going to do is create a brand new train and route just for silica delivery. Instead of making our new train take the whole loop, we're going to build a second track just for silica delivery. Our delivery will be faster and avoid the new train getting stuck behind our existing longer train. We'll also place a parallel track for a second station. We'll also need to start delivering this concrete over to the Zeppelin dock. So what we'll do here is build a new raised station in the sky. Everything is running smooth like clockwork, and that feels good. This emotional connection to your trains is a core goal in our design for Railgrade. We want you to feel like you care about each train on the map, like you built them and you know their purpose. Each train is there because you put it there, and when your setup works and everything moves like clockwork, you feel proud. You made it happen. Now, we've built that new route, we could wait and watch the mission complete. However, our score would be lower and we'd earn fewer vouchers. Since we've got time left and extra cash to do better, let's expand our chain production once again. We've increased our silica delivery, but not the water. Over here are some water pumps, so if we can connect these to our concrete yard, then we should be able to produce faster. We can also add an additional concrete yard. What we can also do is use some of our existing track, and with a few new additions, hijack the route of an existing train. As you can see, this train was delivering water to our city, but now we're redirecting it to the concrete yard. It's a long distance, so we're going to be spending more on upkeep, but we can afford it. After all our tinkering, we are now 5 concrete away from victory. And just look at everything we've built. There are dozens of trains running around, all delivering. Everything is on track, and we don't have any problems. At the end of each mission, you'll find you've built up an impressive railway network, and we've included a bunch of ways to let you admire your handiwork. The camera has free navigation, tilt, zoom, and orbital controls. It is designed to let you look where you want to see. There's also a cinematic view mode, where you can watch your trains from a variety of angles, including one that feels like you're on a roller coaster. Personally, that's my favorite. And there we have it, mission complete. We've delivered the required resources. There's a nice populous city with its own production chain exporting valuable concrete for a good profit. Good job, administrator. We got an A rank for our efforts, but the highest rating is actually S rank. So we could have done better, improved our efficiency and the speed of production, but we can also replay this region again to get a better time and rank, which would reward us with extra vouchers. Thank you very much for watching. It was just one region from Railgrade, but there are of course many more in the game, each with their own unique missions and challenges. Railgrade launches on the 29th of September, and you can wishlist it now on the Epic Game Store and Nintendo Switch.
Congratulations on a safe trip. On behalf of all of us at Nakatani Chemicals, I'd like to bid you welcome to our colony. We have recently identified a significant opportunity to improve the current infrastructure of the planet, which is why you're here, Administrator, to help us implement a new mode of transportation, one that once conquered Earth's old frontiers: the railway. It's now your responsibility to grow our network of railways and oversee the management of our most important industries. By developing a transport network for our powerful train engines, we'll be able to easily deliver resources and fuel growth across the planet. Succeed, and our colony will be the envy of the entire galaxy. Fail, and, well, you don't need to worry about the consequences right now. I know you might miss Earth, but don't worry. When you've seen what's possible here, you'll never want to leave. Good luck, Administrator. Everyone is counting on you.
gamesplay.org